My name is Bridget, and at 34 years old, I never expected to be a widow. 3 months ago, I lost my husband Adam. A few days later, at my nephew's first birthday party, my sister Cassandra made a shocking announcement: Lucas is actually Adam's son. Then she pulled out a forged will claiming half of our $800,000 house. What she didn't know was why I was struggling to hold back my laughter. If you've ever dealt with family drama hitting too close to home, hit the like button and subscribe. Trust me, you'll want to hear how this ends. Adam and I met 12 years ago at a charity auction. He bought a painting I admired and gave it to me. That single act defined him: thoughtful, generous, and kind. I fell for him instantly. He was a corporate attorney, brilliant but humble, the kind of man who remembered the names of wait staff and genuinely asked about their lives. 8 months later, he proposed on the harbor, and a year after that, we bought our Victorian home in Beacon Hill. We poured our hearts into it, dreaming of the children who would one day play in the garden. But those dreams were never realized. After 4 heartbreaking rounds of IVF, which drained our savings and our spirits, we decided to stop. I'll never forget that evening when Adam said, "We can still have a beautiful life, you and me, that's enough." He truly believed it. We rebuilt our dreams, focusing on travel, our careers, and making our house a stunning showcase home. My sister, Cassandra, was always a shadow in the background of our happiness. 4 years younger than me, she was the wild child who constantly needed to be bailed out of financial trouble. Our relationship had always been complicated. When I started dating Adam, she suddenly became interested in lawyers. When we bought our house, she complained for months about her apartment. Adam always encouraged me to be patient, reminding me that family was important. 2 years ago, she started dating a bartender named Tyler. Their relationship was volatile, but then she announced her pregnancy. It was unexpected, as she had always said she didn't want children. I pushed past my feelings of jealousy and decided to be the best aunt I could be. Lucas was born healthy, and I helped Cassandra in every way I could. Adam, however, kept his distance, and I assumed it was due to our own infertility struggles. One morning, Adam complained of a headache. He insisted it was just a migraine and left for work. He never came back. I got a call from the hospital. A brain aneurysm. He was 36 years old. The following days were a blur of grief. Cassandra kept her distance and left the funeral early. I was too overwhelmed with sorrow to think much of it. A week later, at Lucas's birthday party, she gathered all the guests and announced, "Lucas is Adam's son." She claimed they had a secret affair, and that Adam had left a will giving his son half of our home. My heart sank in shock for a moment, and then I felt a smile creep across my face. Her audacity was so ridiculous I could barely contain my laughter. I calmly asked to see the will and instantly knew it was a fake. The handwriting was similar but not Adam's, and the legal language was all wrong. I handed the document back, saying we would discuss it later. Once in my car, I finally let out the laugh that had been building up. It was a mix of anger, grief, and disbelief. Because there was one thing Cassandra didn't know. 3 years ago, Cassandra tried to flirt with Adam while I was away on a phone call. He told me about it, and we decided not to cause a scene but to keep our distance. Cassandra persisted until Adam finally blocked her number. Then he had a health issue. A varicose was discovered, and during the surgery, the doctor recommended a vasectomy to prevent a recurrence. This was 2 years before Lucas was conceived. We never told anyone about it. After years of invasive questions about our childless status, we had learned to protect our privacy. After the surgery, Adam said, "Cassandra isn't done. I have a feeling she might try something more drastic one day." He was right. We went to our family attorney, James Wilson. Adam updated his will, leaving everything to me, and we placed all the documents in a safety deposit box at the bank. The last gift. The morning after Lucas's birthday party, I went to the bank. Opening the safety deposit box, I found our disaster preparedness kit. Inside were Adam's legitimate will, medical records of the vasectomy making it biologically impossible for him to be the father, Adam's journal detailing all the inappropriate interactions with Cassandra, a letter from our attorney confirming the will's authenticity, and at the bottom I found a letter from Adam. "My dearest Bridget, if you are reading this, something has happened to me and you've needed to access these documents. I hope it's many years from now, and we're laughing about Cassandra's antics." Tears streamed down my face. My thoughtful husband had anticipated everything. I took the necessary documents and called James. The confrontation. James Wilson confirmed that the fake will was worthless. Adam's medical records completely disproved Cassandra's story. James hired a private investigator who quickly found that Cassandra was in a desperate financial situation. I was furious, but Lucas was innocent. I decided to give Cassandra a choice. Either I would take her to court or we would settle this privately. I called her and invited her to talk. The next day she arrived. I turned on a recorder and asked her to tell her story. She launched into her lie about a secret affair, but I interrupted her with questions only a person who knew Adam intimately could answer. She began to falter. "Actually," I said, placing the medical records on the table, "both of your claims are false. 2 years ago Adam had a vasectomy. It was physically impossible for him to be the father." Her face went pale. "And this," I added, showing her the legitimate will, "is Adam's real will, which leaves everything to me.